Okay, I'm back. I have herbal tea instead of coffee. I have water. I have doggo. Yeah, it's you. That's you. Yeah, you're part of the stream. Yeah. You want to sniff? You're sniffing the mic. Okay. Yep. Yeah, that's normal. Okay. Thanks, Sasha. Alrighty. I don't remember for the life of me which one of these fucking ones was mine for streaming on. I think it was Friendly Neighborhood because, like, I literally just wanted to piss through this. Yeah. Yeah, I literally think it was because I wanted to just, like, blast my way through this for, for stream. Yeah, it's this one. It's this one, alright. Okay. So, just so you know, I will not be going for, like, all of the collectibles and stuff like that, because I've already got them in my other playthroughs. I will, however, be just doing all the side missions that I didn't get in my first streams of this. I will also be using the Andrew Garfield suit because, honestly, I miss him as Spider-Man. He is very cool. And, yeah, enough said, really.
That's how I can get into Norman's office.
Oh, hang on a minute. No, this is
some security.
This is my own one from just messing around.
But if they...
That was a good part of the game, though. Sorry about this. And also, I think my aspect ratio is off on my TV, so, sorry, this is the technical difficulty section of the fucking stream, I suppose. Alright, alright. Input. Menu. Yeah, aspect ratio is way off. There we go. Oh, that's much better. Sorry, I don't know about you guys if you can actually see what my screen was seeing, but it was pretty stretched. Pretty stretched. Which one of these was from the stream? I swear to God. Well, this one says 61% main story, but that's amazing difficulty, and I'm pretty sure I was on one of the easier ones for the stream. I'm gonna level with you if that was where it was at for the stream. Sorry, if the stream save is missing, I'm deadass just gonna jump into one of the DLCs because I'm really not arsed going through the game from start to finish again. It's a beautiful game, I love it to pieces, but I'm really not in the mood to start it again right now anyways, and if I were, I would not be streaming it. I'd put on something else. I really hope I didn't delete the stream save. I think this is it because I think I kept like the base costume for more or less the whole thing. But I will be swapping out to the Andrew Garfield suit because that is so cool. I'm really glad they put it into the game. It's really cool. Yeah, I mean, it's put me in free roam, so I'm pretty sure this is it. Yeah, it's mentioning May's death on Twitter there in the top right, so, this is it, alright. Yeah, it's all side missions now. Okay, yeah, it's saying I've got new suits and stuff, too. Which is the DLC stuff. I don't think these are available currently because DLC. I don't really use them that much anyways, so no big deal. I use the DLC, like the actual free DLC ones, a lot more anyways. and the one that I will be using is Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man suit. It is amazing, as per the title. But I'll be right back because the puppy is crying. I think she needs to be let out. I'm really sorry, this had a really slow start. Okay, sorry about that. Had to let the dog out. But I am back. I'm just gonna get my comments back open, and then I will start. I'm just gonna look at the map here and see what I can really do next. Oh yeah, like the view in this game, it is. They got New York really, really right. I've only really been there once. Did a lot of legwork though, Jesus Christ. Big city. Big city. Not used to it. Cause like, the areas that I would have been more, like, around, I guess, well, I went to Central Park, cause duh, you can't go to New York and say you never went to Central Park. And I saw, like, went to Times Square and, you know, saw Lady Liberty and stuff like that. And I think we had to go down to Financial District to kind of get there. I think we got our boat from around maybe here, I think. But yeah, like, in fact, I recognized a lot more places in New York when I played the Miles Morales game, because when I went to New York, it was the dead middle of winter. It was snowing. It was really nice. But I swear to God, shit you not, if you're going to New York in winter and you're not used to exceedingly cold weather, you might feel like a fucking idiot when you're wearing them, but you won't regret it. Wear thermal underwear. I shit you not. Just do it. Just do it. Don't be an idiot. Don't go full moron. Never go full moron. Alrighty.
Yuri, you're back. How's your mom?
Fine. Right back to complaining about not having grandchildren.
So, you gonna take that vacation now?
Are you crazy? There's no time for that. The apocalypse didn't happen, which means we've got a city full of loose ends to clean up.
Sounds like a big job, but we're up to it.
Not you. For a job this tough, we need Spider Cop.
You said it! You even did the voice!
Okay, don't make it weird.
You like me. You really like me.
You made it weird. Let's go, we've got work to do.
I can't wait. Spider Cop surveys the city, placid, but seething with turmoil just beneath its calm surface.
What have I done?
Alrighty. I forgot how this is actually kind of terrible for streaming. in the sense that the phone calls will just randomly interrupt me. And if you know me in real life, you know that I actually do have a really big pet peeve for being interrupted. So it's like, ugh. But it's also a really good game for streaming because it's really lax, it's really chill. I don't know, I have mixed feelings about, streaming it. But I feel like I've started it, so now I have to finish it, so... Oh god, this suit's cool. Oh, I missed this game. Oh god, I gotta start playing this a lot more. I miss playing as Peter. Like, Miles is fucking great. Miles is... such a good character, and his game is amazing. I'd argue his game is actually better than this one in terms of, like, the mechanics and how good it looks. And I'd even say that the story arc's a lot more satisfying, but man, like, sometimes I just miss playing as Peter. Peter's just, he's the man. The Spider-Man, even. So this side mission that I'm going to is called, I think it's called Storm the Castle. It's pretty simple. It's basically, you go to Central Park, there's a woman trying to do bird watching, some dudes try to mug her or something. I don't fucking remember too much, but it's pretty straightforward. I'm just, I don't want to start the DLC missions without doing these, or at least the more important ones. Not that this is one of the more important ones, but I feel like I kind of want to shake out the cobwebs. Now, these kinds of games, I feel I'm pretty confidently good at.
Hey, Spider-Man! You should check this out.
So it shouldn't take too long. I actually am curious to see how the PlayStation 5 version of this plays. I mean, it does suck that they...
Doing a little nighttime bird watching?
Well, I was watching for nocturnal raptors in the park when I noticed a bunch of men armed with rifles over at Belvedere Castle.
Thanks for the heads up, Miss,
Stephanie, let me know if I can help. I'll keep an eye on the activities from up here.
Thanks for the assist, Stephanie. Why would armed men be at Belvedere Castle? Got a
Thanks,
hunch they're
bird
not
lady.
tourists.
But yeah, it does kind of suck that they won't be using the original, like, face model for this, but, you know, it's whatever. I don't really mind at the end of the day. Not too much, anyways. I'm kind of glad that Insomniac acknowledged that, like, yeah, we know it sucks. We know you're probably a little upset, but this is the face that we wanted to go with moving forward. You can still see the old one in the original game. This is the one that we're using in the remaster, so this is the one that you're going to see in the Miles game, and this is the one that you're going to see in the sequels. And all I took from that is, we're getting sequels? Fuck yeah! So, so yeah, I mean, I was a little disappointed.
This isn't good.
But the guy still looks like Peter, so, you know, whatevs. I don't really mind.
Anybody hear that? Nap time.
Okay, now how do I do the detective vision for Batman thing? Okay, so I just click in the right thumbstick. Alright, alright, alright. Speaking of, that new Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, it looks pretty good. I mean, my only real concern is that
sleep it off.
It's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be another Spider-Man movie that has an Avenger in it, and I don't know, I'm kind of more of a fan of Spidey when he's doing the whole lone wolf thing. He, like, the comics that I read, oh god, really impaled his butthole with that. I don't know, the Spidey that I kind of grew up with doesn't really work with others, at least not very well. The Avengers don't really like him too much. I mean, granted, the Avengers don't like him too much in the MCU anyways, for the most part, but, I don't know, new trailer looks really good, all things considered. I also just really fucking hate Doctor Strange. Hot take, I guess, but I really don't like Doctor Strange.
Shh. That's all of them. Let's find out what they were up to.
Oh, quiet you.
Not sure what's going on here. Wonder if there's any info I can get from this flash drive.
awesome.
Stephanie, a bird just stole a flash drive full of evidence. Maybe a pigeon. Is that normal?
It is nesting season, so I'm not surprised. You know, I think there's a nest in the trees just southeast of the castle.
Great. I'll check it out. He's got buddies. Great. Come back with that flash drive, you dirty sky rats!
Try positive reinforcement. You know, pigeons are actually remarkably intelligent.
Remarkably intelligent, huh? Hey, pigeons. Sorry about the dirty sky rats thing. Maybe we can make a deal? Whatever Fisk is paying you in birdseed, I'll double it. Double it. He doesn't have the drive.
Just casually snaps Pigeon's neck when he catches it. You know, just Spider-Man things. Oh god, could you imagine, like in the next game he hates pigeons that much, just like, and now you must die, Pigeon.
Bupkis. This is it. Got the drive. Back to the laptop to see what Fisk's men were up to.
I forgot how chill it was just to swing around the city.
Looks like they were uploading a worm to the Central Park Wi-Fi system. This could give them backdoor access to a ton of personal data. Come to think of it, even I use this network.
Eh, he says backdoor.
Wait, it's still uploading remotely. There must be multiple access points. Stephanie, you're my eyes in the sky. See anything else strange in the park?
I see a pair of horned owls and... oh, more guys at a nearby junction box.
Thanks. Keep a lookout for anything else. I need to get to that junction box before the upload completes. If they can't access the laptop, they can't upload.
I see you! You don't mess with down here like a man. Live.
Okay, this is almost as exciting as the time I saw 3 chestnut-sided warblers. Hey, I just noticed 2 other junction boxes being hit. Sending you the location.
Thanks for the heads up. I
Yeah,
better
this
get moving.
one technically is closer, so...
I never thought I'd say this. Why does Central Park need such strong Wi-Fi coverage? I thought people came here to get away. There they are. Need to keep them away from that box.
Can't stay up there forever!
Please! Only 1 more to go.
Meow.
Sweet dreams.
Are made of these.
Keep him on the ground! Get him!
There. The people of Manhattan can rest easy knowing that their passwords and cat videos are safe.
Spider-Man? I think they might have seen me.
Oh no. Are you sure?
Pretty sure. Armed men just arrived.
Lock the roof entrance and hold tight. I'm on my way. Need to get to Stephanie before Fisk's men do. She wouldn't be involved if it weren't for me.
They're trying to break down the door.
We know you're working with the spider! Open up!
Nearly there.
And she was never seen again.
Split up and find the girl with the binoculars. Spider-Man, take him out. Set the girl over the edge. Get this stuff. Where? You got this.
forgot how to deal with the shield guys. Oh
That's all
yeah.
of them. We should check on Stephanie.
Hello, bird lady.
Oh, thank you, Spider-Man. That was a little more exciting than my average night of birding.
Hey, thank you. Your eagle eye stopped an incarcerated crime boss from harvesting half the city's personal data.
Not too shabby, huh? Plus, I found a nest of red-breasted nuthatches when you triple kicked that guy in the face. Real beauties, too. You want to check them out?
Thanks, but I think I'll focus on jailbirds for now.
Haha. But yeah, new Spidey trailer, there's a lot of really cool stuff in there. I'm really kind of, like, the one thing that I'm really hoping is that the rumors about Matthew Cox being seen on set are true, and that Daredevil is indeed Spider-Man's lawyer, just because just make it fucking happen, okay? It's like MCU, just give us this one thing, pretty fucking please. Alright, what's this one? Oh, fucking... Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not doing this one. That is the girl with the challenge maps and stuff like that. It's annoying as hell. I'm actually not doing that side mission. Basically, she's sort of like this game's version of the Riddler, except shit. Her whole thing is that she's this, like, Gen Z TikToker who, like, her whole thing is she creates problems for Spider-Man to solve, and then she records it so that she, like, makes money or something. I really hope I'm not that annoying as a live streamer. So I'm going to do a different one. Like, honestly, it's not even a thing of... It's not even just a thing of I don't like the side mission. It is also just a thing of you guys will not find it entertaining just because I'm not having a good time with it. And it's also just not even funny, it's just really fucking annoying. I can't even remember the villain's name.
Electro trying to destroy our power grid. The Vulture raining death from above. Spider-Man egging them both on in the very heart of our city, brawling like children. Lethal children, pitching a tantrum of death and destruction. I'm often asked...
Is something wrong?
Oh, no. I just had to thank you for saving my daughter from those muggers.
When did this happen?
Just now. Busy guy like you. I guess it all blurs together, huh? Near the theater on 126 and Powell. She just called and told me.
Right. Sorry. Happy to help. I'm glad your daughter's safe. Okay, I wasn't anywhere near there. I should swing by and see what's going on.
One thing that I really want from the next game is probably more of New York. I'd love to see Brooklyn in this game. Or in this sort of, you know... I'd love to see Insomniac do Brooklyn the way they did Manhattan Island.
There's the theater. And the crime scene. I better find out what happened. Still alive. So whoever did this isn't a lethal protector. That's promising.
Sorry I missed the action. Thanks for keeping us safe, Spider-Man.
You're back already? I thought you were checking out that fire.
Right. On my way now. Which way was it again?
Last time you went that way. South.
Thanks. I got a little turned around. Someone's impersonating me. It could be the chameleon again. I've got to pick up his trail. It does smell like there was a fire in this direction. There's the fire damage. Looks like it got put out quickly.
You came back! I can't thank you enough for saving my friend from the fire. I thought she was dead.
My pleasure. Look, I want to make sure everyone's safe, but the smoke kind of got to me. Do you remember where I went next?
Sorry, I was helping my friend. I think you went back up there.
Thanks. Give your friend my best. Whoever faux Spider-Man is, he's helping people. But what he's doing is dangerous. I've got to find him. He used the fire escape. Guess he couldn't copy my web shooters. Wonder if other me left anything behind.
Closed up today. Tomorrow.
He used a fire extinguisher. What type of suppressant is in this?
I actually really like these minigames. Genuinely. Like, I think I turned them off during my regular playthrough, but, yeah. I genuinely had a lot of fun with these. Again, you can kind of just turn your brain off, which is kind of ironic considering, you know, the purpose of a puzzle is to, you know, not turn your brain off. You get what I mean.
ADP. Pretty standard. And easy to track.
Built-in DLC. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could call them pre-LC because that's just what games used to just have. I'm kind of glad that the DLC in this game was actually pretty much all cosmetic or all story. Because again, I wasn't super chuffed with how they handled the story DLC in this. I felt like it was lacking. But at the same time, the season pass for this game was actually really well priced, in my opinion. I actually thought that it was... You got what you paid for. I didn't feel ripped off.
He got fire suppressant on him. If I key my lenses to track its chemical nature, it should lead me right to Spider-Man 2.0. He's walking normally. No webs, no powers. Which makes what he's doing suicidal.
What was I saying? Yeah, I didn't feel ripped off by the DLC by any means.
Sorry, I'm usually web-swinging.
I thought that the enemies were a little bit meh. Honestly, I actually enjoyed it more when they were just mobsters and not mobsters with fucking sci-fi guns. But I guess, you know, it's also a Spider-Man game, so it also kind of lends itself to also giving the Mafia fucking sci-fi guns. You'll see when I play it.
Those hot dogs smell amazing.
Don't push it. You already got your freebie today.
He gets free hot dogs? I never get free hot dogs. Oops,
I've actually
sorry.
never had that interaction
That
before.
like
That's fucking hilarious.
Maybe he knows something.
Hey, over here!
You trying to get my attention? Okay, no. This guy. He's trying to get a cab. This guy
Come
wants
on, man,
my
lay off.
attention.
I told you everything. The deal's going down on the roof. No lie.
Right, just... you stay out of trouble. Hope I'm not too late. My doppelganger's got some skills. And he left the drugs. Seems like his intentions are good, even if his methods are nuts. The police will handle the cleanup. Counterfeit Spidey must have gone down the other fire escape. This one will need painkillers for a few days, but should be fine. Knocked out, but breathing. That's gonna leave a mark. That's him. People seem to like him. Yeah, I mean me. I mean, this is weird.
My pleasure, citizens. Excuse me. I hear someone in need.
Okay, I do not talk like that. Nobody talks like that.
Let him go.
Yeah, right. We'll get even more from Mr. Fisk when we bring him your head.
Whoa, hey guys! I'm not the real Spider-Man!
Not anymore, you're not.
Time to even the odds a little.
That was actually pretty close. I had a complete brain fart.
Kill them both!
That very well could have ended horribly.
Team up with the real Spider-Man? No way.
You know how to fight.
I'm a black belt. Teach at your car dojo. I just wanted to help. Spread the legend, huh?
Yeah, but when you dress like me, you inherit my enemies. And I've got a lot of enemies.
Look out! More of them!
I'll take the ones with guns. You get the rest.
I don't think I actually got the ones with the guns first when I first played this. I think I just went ham on all of the dudes in the general vicinity. So yeah, I'm actually still noticing new things about the game, technically.
You know, if you want to help your community, there's a feast shelter nearby. And I'm sure folks would appreciate free self-defense classes.
Good idea.
Yoink. Kerpow. Oh, fucking rocket launcher guys. Hate those guys.
Alright, I'll finish them off.
You need to tell me twice.
Man, that was intense. How do you do it? One bruise at a time. Look, your heart's in the right place, but if you keep this up, you're gonna get killed.
Yeah, I see that now. Don't worry, I'm hanging up the suit. Spider-Man, no more.
Good call. Besides, you don't need a costume to make a difference.
Hey, that's a good line. I'll remember that.
Alrighty. Oh, wrong button. What'll I do next? I think I might do the Tombstone DLC. Or not DLC, side mission. I think that's this one here. No, that's error file not found. But hey, it's near, so I'll do it. As long as it's not the live streamer person. You'll meet her in the DLC. She still somehow showed up in the DLC. Because I that's actually one thing that I really didn't like, was that if you talk to anyone who's played this game, not many, a few, but not many will tell you that they enjoyed the challenge mode set out by the streamer villain.
My friends the Rhino and the Scorpion are back behind bars, but only after wreaking unimaginable havoc in a reckless rampage with Spider-Man. Hopefully, they'll never see daylight again. But we need to be ready if they do. Normal humans can't stand against the likes of the Rhino. So, here's my proposal. You've heard of police dogs, right? Now bear with me. We train, outfit, and deploy police rhinoceroses. You got a rhino? We got a rhino too, baby!
Republicans, am I right? But yeah, not many people will tell you that they enjoyed those challenge maps by the streamer villain, and they were very vocal on that before the DLC was even fully into development. So I feel like they had, like, a reasonable amount of time to cut her segments out, because after you finish her side missions in this, there really was no need to bring her back. Like, yeah, we got it, it was a funny joke, like, for maybe a minute. But after a while, the character was just super annoying, and I wanted, like, nothing to do with that side quest. which is irritating, but again, I can also respect that Insomniac just went like, no, we're sticking to our guns, this is the direction we want it to go, love it or leave it.
Jameson's right.
I can
You
respect
put on
that.
a big show, but all you do is leave a mess behind for everyone else.
What brought this on, Officer Friendly?
Fisk is gonna get off.
I doubt that. We got decades worth of evidence on the big guy.
Not anymore. Evidence truck got hit on the way to lockup. Whatever was on those hard drives is as good as gone.
Big Willie isn't getting off that easy. I'll get those drives back. Okay, think. All processed evidence has RFID tracking tags applied. I should be able to find the hard drives if I track the tags. Gotta move fast.
So yeah, while I can
I
respect
make
that
fun
they
of
just...
Jameson, but his constant bad-mouthing me really hits home with some people. I mean, Fisk's men steal the drives from the cops, and somehow that's my fault? Well, the important thing is to make sure Fisk doesn't get away with this.
While I can respect that they kind of just went, yeah, this is the direction that we're going, love it or leave it, I'm also kind of like, yeah, but you'd also be... I don't know, kind of stupid to just like not listen to the fans. Like, look at the Snyder cut and Ayer cut of like Justice League and Suicide Squad, right? Now, I'm not going to pretend to be the biggest fucking Snyder fan of all time, but I'm
Willie's welcome home party.
I'm glad that the Snyder cut of Justice League got released because, again, as a writer and a filmmaker, I care about artistic integrity quite a bit. And I just feel like the fact that they're not bringing out the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad is, it's pretty much telling audiences, yeah, we don't care how much you want this thing, we're not going to give you this thing, even though the thing is finished and available for us to put out, but we're not doing it out of spite. That's what that tells me. That's like the message that it sends when Warner Brothers pulls that shit. Now, frankly, I don't really give a shit whether the version of David Ayer's Suicide Squad is better than the original or not.
That's it?
What I care about...
fight harder over a new smartphone.
What I care about is that it comes out because it's what the artist intended. I've watched the Snyder Cut, I got it on Blu-ray. It's, you know, it's a good movie. Yeah, it's enjoyable. The last like 20 minutes were unnecessary, I thought. You could have just ended it. I won't spoil it, but you could have just fucking ended it. We didn't need a Return of the King for like fucking Justice League. It could have just ended.
The drives aren't damaged. Perfect. Now I just need to return this to the Hell's Kitchen precinct.
But yeah, it didn't need to go on as long. Like, I know it's 4 hours long, and
Wish
it
I
was...
could see Willie's face when he finds out about this. I'll bet he chokes on his prison Bordeaux.
It was worth about 3.5 hours of that time. It was a good movie. Better than the original, I say the original, but the theatrical cut that we got by Joss Whedon. I'm also not afraid to admit that there are elements of the Whedon cut that were better than Snyder's, namely how he portrays Superman. But also, Joss Whedon is a scumbag, and I hope he burns in hell. So, there's also that.
Fisk isn't going anywhere. I've got the missing drives.
Wait a sec. So you just happen to know where to find them? Maybe you and the Kingpin really are working together.
Wow, really? Steal him and bring him right back? You don't think I have better things to do with my time? Uh-oh. Rockets! Take cover! Hey! A little overkill, don't you think?
Locked and loaded.
They're throwing everything they've got at us. All this for hard drives? Haven't you guys ever heard of the cloud?
Wrong thing, oh god.
And they'll have to go through me to get to you. Hit him harder.
Fell for it again. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice,
Mob
shame
for
on me, I
carpooling?
guess.
I'll say this for Fisk. At least he's eco-friendly. Fisk's men must have made it up top.
Where are the drives? Go to hell. Wrong answer, pig. You don't mess with the kingpin and live. Get back down here. That's coming in.
Don't let them get the drives.
Spider-Man, I'm sorry. I was wrong about you. Jameson can go to hell.
Much appreciated, officer.
One question. Is it true you're from another world?
Yeah. It's called Queens. See ya.
But yeah, I'm just kind of, I'm just glad. I don't give a shit whether or not the, Oh, I know, I've already said that, but, oh, yeah, I was just saying that, there are elements of the Joss Whedon version of Justice League that I like better, which is, like, Superman, but also Joss Whedon is a scumbag. He does threaten women on set. He threatens minorities on set. If you're not white or female, like, if you're not white or you're not a dude, then Whedon's set is not gonna be a fun place to be for you. I really hope he doesn't get work again. I'm gonna save that one for later, that's a good one. I really hope he never finds work again, but he will. It's gonna happen. But yeah, I mainly got Snyder Cut on Blu-ray because I know it's a small statistic, but I kind of just want to, like, do my part in showing companies like Warner Brothers, like, hey, we care about artistic integrity and we would much rather that than giving us paint-by-numbers bullshit, you know? I'm interested in seeing what David Ayer's Suicide Squad is like, again, for the same reasons that I wanted to see Zack Snyder's Justice League. 3.5 hours out of those 4 hours were definitely worth it. I really, really enjoyed it. Mostly because Batman also wasn't a fucking psychotic murderer. Batman was handled pretty well in that movie. Wonder Woman was handled pretty well in that movie. Cyborg stole the fucking show in that movie. Flash was tolerable and acted a lot more like Barry Allen, like he was supposed to.
Because I'm going to say something you thought you'd never hear from. Spider-Man got it right. Does that mean I was wrong about him? Am I apologizing? Hell no. You see, I have it on good authority that he is a regular listener of this program. And now, it makes a lot of sense. He heard what I said. He internalized it. And he learned. Improved himself. And against all odds, he did the right thing. So, Spider-Man, you're welcome. However, don't think I'm going to go easy on Spider-Man from here on out. I'll be watching, keeping him honest. Spider-Man, since I know you're listening, imagine my eyes on you everywhere you go. I mean, not like the shower. That would be weird. Or the bathroom. Let's go to commercial.
Oh, Jameson. But yeah, when it comes to, like, David Ayer's Suicide Squad, I still want to see it for the same reasons that I saw Snyder Cut, because, like, he got screwed out of his own movie, so I would like to see it, honestly. It would be, I don't know, I just feel like Warner Brothers is, like, emptying money from their bank accounts by not letting people see it. Because it exists, it's made.
Spider-Man, can you help us out? Spider-Man.
Even if it's a direct-to-DVD release or they put it on HBO Max or something like that.
Our perp had a map of the city with the courthouse circled.
I'm on it. See if you can get more info out of our friend here, and contact me at this number. I need to hurry. The attack on the courthouse could come any second. If the sniper sees me near the target, he'll take the shot. Only chance is to take out the gunman before he can fire. Surprise! Nobody likes a camper.
Spider-Man! We accessed the perp's phone. Found more names and locations. Looks like it's all going down within a matter of minutes.
No pressure. Send me what you got. Multiple snipers, one Spider-Man. I need to move fast. Anyone who's ever worked on Norman's campaign is a potential target. That's one way to destroy Osborn, I guess. Make it so nobody wants to be around him. Sniper's gotta be around here somewhere. Someone needs a nap. One down, 2 to go. Having to save the staff of the mayor who branded him an outlaw. That's classic Spider Cop right there. Gotta check out all possible vantage points for snipers. And you're done. Target safe. Only 1 to go. If I'm too slow, people die. Why can't assassins ever try and work around my schedule? This is the place. Now where's the assassin? You're just not very observant. Just in time. Officer, all 3 snipers are down. Are we in the clear?
Not quite. Our perp says his boys are holding a bunch of tourists hostage. He says they'll execute them all if we don't let them go. We have a probable location based on cell phone towers. But if they see cops, they'll start shooting.
Act like you're negotiating. Stall them. I'll take away their bargaining chips. They won't leave witnesses. Either I save the hostages, or they're dead.
So yeah, like, Warner Brothers ethics in general just kind of feel a little bit lately. I appreciate that, John. But yeah, like, Warner Brothers ethics in general just seem a little bit blah, which is kind of annoying because their animation department seems like super nice to work for. But it's gotten to a stage where in my career, I don't think I'd want to work for Warner Brothers unless, like, my contract was airtight and they couldn't really fuck with me, you know?
If they see me, they can kill all the hostages before I get close.
Our demands are simple. Release our comrades, or the hostages die.
If I'm spotted, those hostages are dead. Gotta take out these guys quietly.
Oh yeah, shit, if I'm seen, it just ends. Is it safe for, yeah, I can still mark these guys as safe or not. I can take him out at least. And that means that this guy is safe.
Oh, sorry, did I startle you?
Oh, he is, cool. Good to know, good to know. Take him out. Let's see. Hiding. Come on. Loosen up, turn around. Okay. Can I take him out, please? Thank you. Okay.
Let's play the quiet game.
Alrighty. I think, how many are left? 1, 2, 3... Oh, there's more than 3. 4. He should be safe. Yeah. Cool.
I know, I should have called first. People around here work.
Ta-da. Oh, wait, shit, was that not all of them? Oh, it was. Okay, cool.
Thanks again, Spider-Man. This could have turned ugly.
I wouldn't have known about it if not for you. We make a good team, officer. Hey, see if you can convince more of your buddies to work with me instead of shooting at me, okay?
That one was fun. Nice and simple. Not so much simple so much as it is straightforward, but, what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, network's down. I'm just gonna get this one out of the way. It's simple, it's cathartic. I can talk shite while I do it. Right up my alley. But yeah, I recommend seeing the Snyder Cut for anyone who hasn't. It is like it's entertaining, genuinely, and I mean that. However,
Man, I need a minute.
And this is just a recommendation. You can take it or leave it. For the love of God, skip the last 20 minutes to half an hour of that movie. There is a clear ending. You'll know which one it is. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna be vague as possible without actually saying the ending. The ending with the boat. When that ending has happened, you can turn off the movie. Everything else, you can leave it. You can jump off there, because basically anything that comes afterwards sets up the next thing that Zack Snyder had lined up. And he's not coming back, guys. Like, I'm sorry for the Snyder heads. I sympathize. For those of you who thoroughly, like, immensely loved the world that he set up all the way through, bully for you, honestly. But he ain't coming back. So, like, anything that comes after the boat sets up anything that he wanted to do. And it's not gonna happen. He doesn't want to work with Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers definitely doesn't want to work with him, despite the fact that, you know, him making another movie would be just entering money into their bank account. But it's not gonna happen. If you're a Snyder fan, or even if you're not, I still recommend Justice League, the Snyder Cut version of Justice League. Leave it at the last 20 minutes. Leave it at the boat. When it fades out from the boat, you do not need to watch the rest. Okay.
What's the situation?
That's all I'll say on the matter.
Observation post is live. On alert for priority target.
Look, I know you've been hacking into our crime system towers.
Wasn't me. I mean, what towers?
I don't mind. In fact, I need your help. I think someone's jamming the system, and they must be using multiple jammers to cover the full frequency range. Could you take a look? If you help, I promise I won't tell anyone you're hacking us.
I prefer to call it sharing, but sure. The jammers emit a signal I can detect. Just need to swing through the financial district and hunt for a signal.
Alright, like I said, this one isn't timed.
Found
I can
a
just
signal.
talk shit.
Just need to follow it. The closer I am to the jammer, the stronger the signal gets.
That's how it works, Peter. That's how it works.
Fisk's men. This is my shock face.
They were not very attentive.
Who's the...
Gotta
Later,
take
Gator.
out the jamming device. Job's not done until that jammer's in pieces.
Kapow.
Shoddy workmanship. I just took out a jamming device. Did that do anything?
No, but like I said, there's probably a bunch of them.
Makes sense. I'll track them down.
The fourth wall is telling me there's two
men
more.
had anything to do with the system going down in the first place.
Okay, there's snipers one building over. I'm just gonna take those guys first because it'll save me a lot of stress.
Aw, they had a jamming party and didn't invite me.
Dano. He's mine.
Where in the world is the last guy? Oh, hey, yeah. I thought I got him for a second, but eh. You could have run. You could have run.
Just need to get rid of the jammer.
Threw the wrong thing.
Can't forget to... Sometimes breaking stuff is the answer. And it's fun, too.
You know what, Spidey? I agree.
Spider-Man, it's working. I'm starting to get a weak signal. It's garbled, but I picked up something about Fisk and outfit.
Fisk was the kingpin of crime, but he didn't deal in knockoff fashion. The sooner the system is fixed, the sooner we know what they're planning. Only one jammer left.
Ta-da!
No! I see him! Let him win! Boston, die! We'll take you alive or dead. This doesn't care. Come on, bring him down already!
Now I just need to wreck the jammer.
Boink.
Okay, that's the last of them. The system should be back online.
Spider-Man, the crime system's working again.
Great. Any more info on Fisk's men or those outfits?
No, but the system's reporting unauthorized activity down by the docks. I'm sending coordinates now.
I'll check it out. Gotta get to the docks before they escape.
You know, I gotta say, the reflections, while the reflections aren't exactly up to scratch in this game, the shadows, man, the fucking shadows are so good.
Guns. Enough firepower for a small army. Whatever they're planning to do with those, it's nothing good. Gotta find out what those guns are for.
Someone's in...
Trust me, it's less painful this way.
I get the uniforms and IDs, but why do we need so much extra muscle?
Nicky!
Okay, there's more guys. Where is he? Oh, here.
They're so cute when they're incapacitated. Now
I
maybe
think
I
more
can
show
figure
up
out
in
what's going
vans
on.
now. If I recall correctly, or I might be thinking of a story mission, like a mainline story mission. I don't remember.
Guns, prison guard uniforms, and spoofed ID cards.
Yeah, they
were
show
planning to bust Fisk out of the raft. Sorry to spoil your prison break, guys.
You're gonna have a bad day. Heads up! Rush him!
Not that guy. Come on. Come on, game. You know who I meant to shoot at. Not the fucking incapacitated guy on the ground.
Looks like New York's finest have it from here.
Everything's clear on my end, too. Thanks for restoring the system, Spider-Man. I won't tell anyone you're piggybacking on it, but if you get caught, you're on your own.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to delete my selfies from the crime system servers.
Alrighty. Okay, I'm going to tell you which ones that I won't be doing. The research stations, I'm going to summarize for you now. Harry set up those research stations, you do some mini-games, you do something to conduct lightning at the very end, and you find out that Harry's secretly sick, so Peter actually knows. Although I'm pretty sure MJ tells him it anyways, but I feel like it's a way for Peter to find out before MJ says so at the end of the game. I won't be doing any of the hideouts just because, like, I kind of want to jump into the DLC. I'll do the Black Cat collectible thingies because it sets up her appearance in the DLC. I might actually do those last for that reason. And then I definitely won't be doing any of this nonsense, so... so I guess what I'm really saying is, anything that's blue that's not in the top right hand corner of the map I'll be doing, and I will also be doing the Black Cat missions. I'll save those till the end though, because they literally set up the next thing. So next up, I'm gonna do the Tombstone missions. They're fun. They're really, really fun. Really reminiscent of the old PS1 Spidey game. And then, if you're curious about the, like the factions things, like the enemy bases, they're literally all over YouTube. I'm literally just kind of doing this to unwind and speak into the void, mostly.
Folks, I'm hearing a lot of praise for Spider-Man
So
lately, and I'm not
it's on
saying
you.
it's
They're
entirely
everywhere. They're
unwarranted.
literally
He
everywhere.
did listen to me after all, and did the right thing in the end. But dial it back, will ya? I can tell it's going to his head. Look at him. The wisecracking, the grandstanding, swinging around the city like he owns it. This is not his city, it's mine. I mean ours.
Uh-huh. Okay, this is a long one, I think. Oh wait, no, I mean, MJ sort of started it at the start of the game, that's why I think it's longer than it actually is. But, I mean, it's substantially sizable. Giggity.
While I'm here, I should examine the transmitter MJ found. If I can reverse engineer this, it should track Tombstone's shipments.
Oh, these are relaxing. A lot of people shit on these puzzles, but frankly, I actually enjoyed them. Okay, so I gotta get a charge of 5. I'm just gonna use this one up right away, because then the rest of these are reversible then. Or not reversible, universal is what I meant to say. No, not that one. I think I've got to make sure it goes through here first. Start big. Change them later. These ones, the ones with the charge, they're only significant towards the end. It's fine. Then again, I get the feeling I actually was supposed to go through this one first to get the minus, unless... No, I'll figure it out later. I think it's this one I can ignore. At least for now. And now I don't have to worry about the others later. No, I think I went about this arse about ways actually. Never mind. Yeah, I still gotta use this one. That one's locked in. I'm just gonna pop a charge here. 3. And that one will bring it up to 6, and that one's -1. Yeah. Yeah, that makes more sense. Nope, that one. One of the universal ones. One of these. Turn this backwards. One of these. And one of these.
That should do it. Time for a test run. Okay, just gotta follow the signal. Should lead to whatever it is Tombstone's moving.
I realize now I've still got resupply on from the end of the game, so I'm going to change that. Was it gadgets or suit upgrades? Yeah, suit power has resupply. Yeah, I'm gonna use Web Blossom. Fuck it. I know it's basically the win button, but I'm gonna fucking exploit it.
The mother of all headaches. Impermeable skin plus 0 morals equals bad time. Hope running a chop shop's the worst thing he's up to.
But, one thing that I did like about the DLC was, is like Insomniac took one look at how people were abusing Web Blossom in the main story, and then they went, okay, yeah, we're gonna have to make an enemy type that makes Web Blossom not so broken, because otherwise, you know, you're in for a bad time. Because basically, the villain of the DLC has this whole shtick with his armor, or his guys have this whole shtick with their armor.
Signal.
That it basically kind of melts your web, sort of, kind of ish, is the best way I can explain
Out
it.
for a Sunday drive?
Crap! It's Spider-Man! Call for backup!
Oh boy, gang's all here.
Do you have a moment to talk about your bike's extended warranty? Here's your bike.
Whew. Biker gang down. Let's see what's in that truck. Chemical containers. But they're scrubbed clean. Looks like they came from the Alchemax plant in Harlem, but what was in them? And that sound means the end of our lightning round. Should head to Alchemax when I get a chance and find out what was in those barrels. Tombstone's up to something. Probably illegal, definitely dangerous.
Nah, has the other Tombstone thing shown up on the map yet? Come on, New York. Give me something. I don't think everything's surfaced yet on the map. PI, the college one, Howard. Aha! Nope, this one.
One thing even my detractors have to say about J. Jonah Jameson. I admit when I'm wrong. And while I hoped his efforts in the recent crisis meant Spider-Man was finally becoming a responsible citizen, a mature adult, I am here to confess I was wrong. I wanted to believe it. I hoped it was true. But even a stop clock is right twice a day. And I guess curing the plague was Spider-Man's stop clock moment.
Thanks, JJ. Always a pleasure. Actually, one comic that I've been reading recently, the second issue of it just arrived at my house today in my stack of comics, was the new Superman book by Tom Taylor. It's called Son of Kal-El. It's about John, Superman's son, obviously, who is now also Superman. But anyways, it's a really, really good book. It addresses a lot of problems that people might kind of have with the modern Superman, and explains why that problem is relevant, and that is why doesn't Superman do more for a dying planet when his planet died, you know? And I honestly recommend it to anyone who, whether you like Superman or not, I see this as the perfect jump-on point, because John is, like, I feel like he's this generation Superman, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of layers to him already that might make him more appealing than, say, Clark is to most audiences. Now, Clark's one of my favorite superheroes. He was my first favorite superhero.
Is he getting back into drugs? They're heavily armed. This
Like
might be easier if I stay quiet.
Where are all the security guards?
Like, he, I don't know, I feel like he was one of my first role models, I guess, so I kind of do cut him a lot of slack, but then obviously I do have my criticisms like I would have about anything, you know? But John Kent addresses those criticisms that I would have even on like a good day, you know? But basically the whole premise is I'm not really caught up on the most recent Superman book, because when Brian Michael Bendis started writing it, I was pretty much immediately tapped out, actually. I didn't think... his Superman work, like his Clark Kent stuff, was really, really good. I really liked how he addressed just Clark Kent in general. I thought he wrote him perfectly well, right? But his story work was very much, this is what I'm writing and you can suck it. I don't care what the rest of the continuity was in this universe, this is what it is now, suck it. You know, sometimes that does need to happen. In like certain books, I feel like that actually does, some things need to be shaken up in books to actually make them interesting again. I feel like it worked for the Batman books, honestly. I feel like, you know, there was a lot of regression in terms of development. That wasn't all Tom King's fault. Tom King is a very good writer. Heroes in Crisis was his own fault, for sure. But like, you know, a lot of the creative decisions that he made in Batman were his own, that were really good. And then there were decisions that he was strong-armed into and strong-armed out of when he wanted to explain. You know, I'm just gonna say so because, like, the book's been out for quite a while now, and it made the fucking news, so I'm gonna talk about it. When Alfred got killed in one of the more recent Batman runs, and he's still dead currently, Tom King was like, okay, I really want to do this story where we kill off Alfred, sort of, but it's a fake out, and this is how I'm gonna bring him back. And Dan DiDio was like, nah, just leave him dead. And that created a really big plot hole, because Alfred was appearing in other books, and people were kind of like, I'm sorry, what? Because, I'm sorry, what? Because, like, now, don't get me wrong, you should be absolutely allowed to kill off Alfred. He doesn't really get killed off very often in DC, and I feel like it was a good way to shake up the book, I guess, but under different circumstances, and I'm going to explain why. There's a book called Doomsday Clock, a very, very, very good book that they've basically had to write out of continuity despite fucking setting it up in the mainline continuity. It was very, very, very freaking good. And I'm also going to preface by saying Jeff Johns is also a horrible person. He treats his workers like shit. He's very racist. He treats Ray Fisher like shit. And I don't necessarily hope he never works again. I just hope that he comes to his senses and actually starts treating people with the respect that they deserve. With that said, Doomsday Clock was a very good book. A very, very good book. Very well written. I would argue it's the one time Jeff Johns actually gets Batman right. Because normally I feel like he can't write Batman to save his life, as per Earth 1 Batman. Fucking hell, Christ.
Sleep it off.
Really hope no one saw that. But yeah, it was a really good book that crosses the Watchmen universe with DC at long last. They're two universes that I feel like they should have been crossed over a long time ago, and now they finally have. You know, they've kind of mixed Rorschach into like Batman mythos in a way, just as well as it's like they've mixed like Rorschach into Batman mythos, but they've also addressed how the way Rorschach works is fucked up as hell, and if he existed in the real world, he should not be operating as a licensed vigilante who actually is calling himself a hero when really he's actually a radical idealist, which the same could be said about Batman, but Batman doesn't murder people, so, you know, evens out. I mean, I have my criticisms about how Batman does things. I wouldn't be a Nightwing fan if I didn't. But yeah, really, really good book, and Alfred appears in it, Nightwing appears in it, and during this point in time he has amnesia, so the book basically confirmed, yeah, Nightwing is not going to have amnesia, he's going to get his identity back, and I feel like the time in the books, in the continuity, has progressed so far that they've officially gone by the idea of crossing over the mainline continuity with Doomsday Clock. For two reasons. In Doomsday Clock, Batman's living in Wayne Manor. In the current continuity, Batman can't afford to live in Wayne Manor because he doesn't have his fortune, because of shit that happened in another recent Batman series that I haven't finished because I'm waiting for the hardback to come out by James Tynion IV. Very good writer. If you want to get some feelers for how he writes Batman without committing to a series, Batman Eternal is in a hardback. You can buy it literally right now if you wanted to. It is one of the best Batman books ever written. The only thing that I found iffy was like the Jason and Barbara situation, because Dick was quote-unquote dead at the time. I'm not going to go too much into details, but he was basically, he faked his death to work for a secret organization. I talked about that book before, it's one of my favorites. I've talked about that on stream, so I'm not going to go into that. But basically, Babs just sort of has like a low-key crush on Jason because he reminds her of Dick. And, yeah, it's really annoying. Babs kind of just wouldn't do that. At least I don't think so. I know she's mourning and thinks he's dead and shit. And Jason is mourning because he thinks Dick is dead as well. And it's just really out of character for both of them. I'm kind of glad that Jason put his foot down. Like, yeah, you're kind of being, you know, irrational about this. So, like, nah. But other than that, literally other than that one scene, one of the best Batman books ever written. Highly recommended.
Isn't this the chemical Tombstone was exposed to as a kid?
So yeah,
what's he doing with it now?
Bruce can't afford to stay in Wayne Manor, and Alfred is dead. So they can't actually cross Doomsday Clock with the actual goddamn mainline continuity. Yeah! And it sucks because they were gearing towards something really special. But I'm gonna tell you why I'm actually kind of somewhat... why I'm somewhat okay with, with that outcome. Because Jeff Johns is no longer writing stories for DC as far as I know. And Dan DiDio, who has been trying to get sidekicks out of DC for the past while and literally just have DC be Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Barry Allen's Flash to be specific. Which is, you know, they're good characters, but when you're gonna make your entire, like, continuity surrounded by the idea of just them, you're already emptying money from your bank account. Dan DiDio does not work for DC anymore. He is no longer the CEO. The company is now run by committee, which for a company like DC is a very important thing. They have a lot of characters with a lot of diverse backgrounds, and I think it's a really good idea that they're finally running the fucking company by committee. If you told me that Jim Lee was going to be an interim CEO of DC Comics, a man whose heritage was not from the United States initially, I think he's Korean.
Bad feeling those
I think his
drug
parents are
inhalers
Korean
and the
anyways.
Diox-3 are related. Should analyze an inhaler to find out what's going on.
If you told me in 2007, let's say, when I started reading DC Comics, I think that was when, it was 2005, I think actually, when, it was when Final Crisis came out. Someone fact check that if you're arsed. If someone told me when Final Crisis came out that Jim Lee was going to be an interim CEO for DC Comics, I'd have told you that you were high, and I would have told you that you were talking out of your ass. And now he has made so many big decisions for DC Comics, and just good lord. Really nice dude, by the way. If you're an artist, I highly recommend watching his Art Academy on YouTube. He does this thing at like conventions where he just sets up a table, he sets up a DSLR above his hands, and you can actually follow his steps of how to draw hands, how to draw eyes, how to draw, like, I don't know, faces, Superman's, like, emblem, little things like that. And honestly, it's just really cathartic. Actually, even if you're not an artist.
Alright, what's in you?
Even if you're not an artist, just watch it anyway. It's just really it's goddamn relaxing. It is, would recommend. No, not that one. Let's work for that one. Okay, cool. So not that one. You know what? I'm gonna work out those two first. So this one, and then I need another middle one. This one? Hey, it fits. Giggity. But yeah, I think then this one goes here. Haha! And then this one. Nope, wrong one. Put it in the wrong slot. Giggity. But yeah, the situation that DC Comics is in, I'm not talking about Warner Brothers Entertainment. DC Comics is in a very good spot right now. They're kind of... They've taken a look at the company's ethics and decided to actually weed out as much sort of elitist bullshit as they can. Young writers and new writers, very unknown writers, are now being given a platform to actually write their versions of characters. Like, guys, it is actually a good time to get into the comics industry, whether it's indie comics, or if you want to try and work for DC and go into their workshops. They're actually gonna look at your shit. They're gonna look at your portfolio, and even if you don't get into their workshop, you know what they did do? They looked at your fucking portfolio. So the next time that their workshop comes around, if you're a comic artist of any description, if you're a sequential artist, if you're a fucking colorist, if you're a letterer, if you're a penciler, fucking submit your CV, submit your goddamn portfolio, because they're actually in a position to have people legitimately look at your work, and you know you might actually come out with a job for it. And you know what? I'm gonna give you a prime example.
Lab supplies in that truck.
I want you guys, if you have access to Instagram, or I think he's on Twitter as well, but I'm not entirely sure whether he posts art on Twitter. Gabriel Piccolo, I really hope I didn't fucking butcher your name, man. Fantastic artist. This guy started out writing fucking Teen Titans fan fiction and fan art. And now this motherfucker has 2 books, actually 3, currently 3 books, with a writer named, I think her name is Cami Garcia. Cami with a K, Garcia. They have a Raven book, a Beast Boy book, and a 3rd book that's in it's in production. I don't know if it's out yet, but it's called Beast Boy Loves Raven. Their young adult section for books right now, killing it. I don't know about Kemi Garcia very much, but Gabriel.
There. Single dose of the counter drug. Just need to test it out.
This man, or do they go by they, them now? I'm really sorry. I know him as a dude, so I'm gonna say he, him, but I don't know if he goes by they, them. Someone fact check me on it if I'm wrong. I'd love to know. But this guy, if you scroll through his Instagram feed, he has a really good indie comic called The Sun and Icarus. It is it's a beautiful story about how like a relationship that seems great can become toxic. I don't know. Here's the thing. It's like, as far as I know, like, I am gonna spoil the shit out of this because I know it's an indie comic and I probably shouldn't spoil the shit out of it, but I just really like the comic. I'm pretty sure like Icarus and the Sun, they split up randomly. Like Icarus, I think, breaks up with Sun, and then they kind of want to get back together. I don't know if they ever do, because I think the story is about probably why you shouldn't get back with your ex. There's probably a lot of ways to look into it, but it's a really beautiful story. The artwork is phenomenal. Just highly recommend it. If anything, just browse through his art on Instagram. If you're not interested in following the story, but you're interested in the art, look up the art. But this man started off with a couple of indie comics and a fan magazine for Teen Titans, like set in the modern day, where they're still in high school. They're not really like an established superhero group. Their uniforms kind of revolve around like varsity jackets and, you know, cliques. Like Beast Boy is sort of like, he's an Instagrammer, influencer sort of guy who's obsessed with sneakers. Cyborg is a gamer, which I find amazing, by the way. It fits his personality so well. Like, he has, I think he wears like a PlayStation hoodie in that universe. Robin and Speedy wear like their like football varsity jackets, like their school jackets. Like Raven is a goth because obviously Starfire is into space. Like, she wears NASA t-shirts and stuff like that. And it's just a really fun little like fan magazine. And fucking this guy is now on his third book with DC Comics. So if you guys have any sort of interest in getting into the comics industry, and if you have any interest in getting into the comics industry and you're an artist who wants to get into comic art, they're hiring all types of artists, at least from what I've seen. I'm not going to say that they have like a bunch of like applications open. Apply anyways. Like, I'm probably not going to apply for writing because I'm working on my own stuff. I would love to be in a position to apply, but if you're in a position to apply, like, bruh, if you've been doing nothing but writing over like the course of the lockdowns, or just in general, like, you haven't been able to do much because of lockdown, or just haven't been able to do much because reasons, maybe you got laid off and you've like used your art or your writing as or like your abstract coloring, or you've been using that as like a way to kind of vent. It is I don't like, and you've been doing nothing but that for the past while, and you've really sunk yourself into it, and you say to yourself at some point during the day that I could make a career out of this. I should be making money off of this. Fucking do it, bro. Like, apply. If you're not applying for DC, as much as I don't like their comics currently, you can apply for Marvel as well. Submit your CV, submit your portfolio, at least have them take a look at it and see if you can get feedback on it, because then these professionals will be able to tell you where you're going wrong, maybe what you could be doing different, what you could be doing to like appeal more to a wider audience, and you'll get feedback, or even just show it to show your portfolio to other artists. Like, artists, this is not a competitive field anymore. Oh shit, game glitch, can't swing. Okay, yeah, this is not as competitive a field. It's not as cutthroat as it used to be because you don't have to let it be a cutthroat industry. You can straight up just like show an artist your art and ask for tips. You can like, here's the thing. You can give another artist tips as well. There is something that an artist looks at your work and envies the shit out of. You could be the expert at drawing hands, and you will be the envy of at least 300 artists. No cap. You will be the fucking belle of the ball. Show someone how to draw hands, and they will love you forever. And that is like the thing that will set you ahead of everybody because it shows that you're a collaborative person. When you're working in the comics industry, you're not working on your own. You're working with like 12 other people, maybe more. And then you're working with an editor on top of that. Fucking apply if you can. Get your portfolio out there, be seen.
Time to shut Tombstone down.
It is like, it has never been a perfect time to try and get your work seen. Like I said, if you've done like nothing but sink yourself into your art, whatever your art style or art like medium might be, fucking just sink the hell into it even further when you think, oh, maybe I'm doing this a little too much. You're fucking not, bro. Fucking keep practicing and try and get your portfolio seen by as many influential people as you can. Fucking, even if if you're saying, oh yeah, I love my artwork, but I don't think I want to go into social media because people are mean. Yeah, people are fucking mean. But you know what? For every, like, mean jackass who is loud about it, there are, like, 12 silent people who aren't commenting on your posts and just kind of liking them. Because that's what I fucking do. I rarely ever comment on people's art unless you're my friend. Like, there are like, for every one asshole saying, yeah, you didn't draw this character's tits quite as big as they're supposed to be, there are like 12 people who are just like, I really like this person's style. I like how they draw eyes. I like how they draw clothes. This character looks a little bit like me, and I like that a lot. Like, fucking hell, like, get your goddamn portfolio seen by someone, even if it's just your friend. Show your artwork to your friend. Like, don't get me wrong. Oh, I'm gonna let this cutscene play out, and I'll keep talking later.
You know better than me. Never was the literary type.
How'd you even manage to connect with Martin Lee?
I'm top of my game. I don't go knocking. People find me.
Oh, I think I have to gas him twice. But yeah, even if it's just showing your artwork to your friend, like, don't get me wrong, bro, I've been there. I have been the artist who... I've been the writer who doesn't want to show anyone my work at all. Oh, the counter drug, what?
I could punch Tombstone for days and he wouldn't feel it. Or does the counter drug would work on it?
How do I activate that? I probably should watch fucking,
Last time we did this dance?
I should probably read the instructions a lot more. I don't know how to activate the counter drug.
Sweet of you to ask.
But,
counter drug till I take out Tombstone's gang.
But yeah, so I've been the writer who doesn't want to show my friend any of my stuff because I keep thinking to myself, what if I'm not good enough? What if it's fucking terrible? What if, like, what if they're just being nice? And what if they're just, like, what if they're going easy on me? First of all, if they're being easy on you, let them be easy on you because it'll give you the confidence to show it to more people. And when you show it to more people, they're gonna give you the criticism of, like, you know, hey, I don't really like how you particularly write this character, it's a little sexist, or, I don't know, I am of Mexican descent, you're writing a Mexican character with, like, racist stereotypes in mind. I think you should probably do some more research, talk to more Mexican people, to, like, or, like, people with that sort of heritage, to really kind of get some insight. You know, there's, you know, get the feelers out.
Take a break, would you?
Get the feelers out by, like, talking to your friends, showing your friends your stuff. Because even if they are going easy on you, it's gonna give you more confidence in the long run. And some people's criticism later down the line might be harsh, but you're gonna later realize that maybe it was the criticism that you needed. maybe even if you didn't want it, you know? Even if you didn't necessarily want it, you're gonna benefit from it later down the line. Every single no that you get is an opportunity to prove someone wrong, even if it's out of spite. Like, I'm not even shitting you. Spite is a fantastic motivator. It is one of the best motivators, if not the best motivator.
Counter-drug work. Time to take him down.
Hell, feel kinda funky.
Oh, you know, articulated deblocking agent, the usual.
But yeah, like, okay, you know what? I'll put it this way. If you're on the fence about showing people what you've been working on,
Yeah, totally.
I'll put it this way.
Normal. I think.
Let's say you have a particular art style that not a lot of people, like, in your... Let's say you like to draw very cartoony. You aren't going to show someone who draws realism art your work. Or maybe you will, and like you'll get some perspective for sure. But I'll put it this way.
I want to find you doing good.
The people who are into realism art might not be into cartoonier art, and that's fine. Everyone's into like different fucking things. That's totally okay. But you don't have to listen to the advice from someone saying, oh, you should draw more grown up. Because first of all, that's elitist bullshit. Draw however the fuck you want. I mean, I'm not saying, oh yeah, your art's always going to be perfect. It's not. You're going to make a lot of mistakes, but here's the thing. No one's going to notice those mistakes more than the artist. So fucking make the mistakes in anyways, because chances are those mistakes are going to fly under the fucking radar for anyone who's looking at your work. For Christ's sake, people still watch the MCU movies, for crying out loud. A lot of those movies are really shit right now, but guess what? People eat them up because people like them. People don't want to see the gaping holes in those stories, and that is fine. People are just going to enjoy it. Me saying that the MCU movies are shit aren't gonna suddenly open the way for fucking independent movies to be popular again. Like, fucking get your stuff out there. It is like the best time for your work to be seen. Start the Instagram page.
Can we say
share your shit.
Lord days are done?
Unceremoniously plug your work.
Sure. For
and
now.
Just fucking share it.
Hell of a run, though.
Not quite how I'd describe it.
That's new.
Too much to hope you'll be taking it easier now that you're, you know, mortal?
Not a chance. Threat of death just ups the thrill. Hell of a left hook. Can't wait for the rematch.
I can.
I like you.
Aw. But yeah, it's just one of those things, man. Just fucking post your stuff on Instagram or Twitter. Maybe not Twitter. Just pick a social media. Pick the social media that you feel the most comfortable posting on, or even just flicking through on your general day-to-day. And if you hate social media, Instagram's pretty accessible. The reach is pretty awful, but, you know, whatevs. Plug your work and just show it. Just show it. Because I'll put it this way. I've been writing, like, fan scripts for, like, DC characters for the past while,
That was dramatic.
I'm mostly leaving that pretty hush-hush for the time being.
Probably not long enough. Good work for now, though, Pete. Pats on the back all around.
It's like I'm being pretty hush-hush about the stuff that I'm working on, but every Friday, or most Fridays at the very least, I've been going into Discord calls with my friends, and we've been doing script reads, and all the stuff that I was really kind of worried about in my writing was gratified by friends who, for all intents and purposes, would tell me if they hated it.
Wear a badge.
Like, they didn't have to say that they enjoyed it if they didn't want to. And in some ways, like some of those friends that I do readings with, some of them are easily pleased, which that's okay. If like people like my work, that's just another person who likes my work. I don't care if you're an easily pleased person. In fact, I would prefer if you're an easily pleased person, because that is one more person that is like easier to show my work to, and you know, it's again easier to build up a fan base that way, which is, you know, great. But also, during the script reads, if a line that I wrote didn't particularly hit like I wanted it to, hearing it coming from like a human's like fucking mouth that isn't mine, or a voice in my head that told me to write the fucking line, because that's how the scene's playing out in my head, that's how I hear it in my head, and it sounds fine in my head at first, but when I write it down, it also seems fine. But then when someone says the line out loud, when it's not working, I realized it. And so when I was doing that in the script reads with these people who had never seen the script before, some of these people who aren't even DC fans or comic fans, who were reading the script, first of all said they liked it, second of all, when they read the script like out loud, when the line didn't land, I was able to correct the line right there, rectify it, acknowledge the mistake, correct the mistake, move on, make new mistakes. Because you're not gonna get your passion project like pitch fuckity perfect the first time round. So, if anything, art is one of the most forgiving mediums to make mistakes. You're not a surgeon. If you're a surgeon, you can't make a fucking mistake. You're gonna get sued by the family. You know, like you can get sued by the hospital if you make a really shitty fucking mistake, right? If you're a cop, you accidentally fucking, or quote unquote accidentally, because, you know, cops, am I right? If you fucking kill a guy when you're a cop, you're not allowed to make that mistake. Unless there's literally gun to your fucking head, you are not allowed to make that mistake. You're a surgeon, you have to make your job fucking, you know, perfect. Every goddamn time. It's why you go to medical school, you know? Not all artists go to art school. Not all artists need to go to art school. Because you're allowed to make mistakes. You are allowed to make, like, you know, you are genuinely allowed to make the mistakes, acknowledge the mistakes, and move the fuck on. You make some risky art, someone says, hey, that artwork's actually kind of racist, what the fuck? Say sorry, acknowledge that it was actually really bad, in bad form art. Don't be afraid to say, hey, I fucked up, I'm sorry, my artwork's going to be taking a different direction moving forward. If you drew a character in a particularly stereotypical way that doesn't really, like, line up with societal standards of today, just fucking acknowledge the mistake and move on with your life, move on with your work, allow yourself to enhance the way you do your work, you know? Don't be a stickler, don't be a stubborn little shit, don't be like, say, oh, I'm immune to change, this is my style, and you can just deal with that. Yeah, dude, that's for like how you draw fucking eye colors. You want to draw purple eyes on someone? Yeah, sure, go for it, that's your thing. I'm not talking about like exaggerating the features of like a black man or something like that, or fetishizing a race. Like, fucking no, that's not what, oh, it's just my art style is for. That is what being an asshole is for. Just fucking make your mistakes and move on. That's the best advice that I can give you in the artistic field, of any sort of artistic field. Make the mistake, move on. PS5 looking game. Yeah, no, like this game was actually pretty late in the PS4's life cycle. It looks amazing. Apparently the PS5 version of this, like, it was remastered recently, like I said at the start of the stream, with the new face model for Peter. And it apparently looks really good. Apparently the load times are phenomenal. They fixed a lot of like there were like some frame rate issues, I think, during the Scorpion section of the game. Or maybe that was just me. But I feel like a lot of the frame rate issues were probably fixed. Again, the main reason that I actually even want to get a PS5 right now is the exclusives, but honestly, guys, I'm gonna level with you. I was gonna get a PS5 for streaming stuff, but the bulk of my streams are gonna be PC if it's gonna be a brand new game, because I'm not gonna be getting a PS5 for a long time. There are too many problems with it. I'm gonna wait for the fucking PS5 Pro, which might not come out for another like 3 to 4 years. I don't care. I at least want to get a good console. If I'm gonna be forking out basically half the fucking money that I have to spend for a gaming PC, then I'm just going to use my gaming laptop to stream games. It is not currently worth getting a PS5. If it's within your means to get a fucking PS5 and an Xbox Series X and have a gaming PC, bruh, you go off. You enjoy your goddamn life. Just like, you know, you're not spending it on cocaine and hookers, or maybe you are. I don't fucking care. It's just don't hurt anyone. But yeah, just like, but if you're the kind of person who's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna like, I've saved up all my money and I really want to get a PS5. First of all, Sony still can't meet demand. Second of all, there's still loads of fucking manufactural problems with the PS5 as is. Third, I'm not even gonna go into the amount of problems that they have with their SSD and their hard drives and like their cloud system and moving fucking files back and forth and playing games off USB, which you can't, by the way, because you have to basically swap games between your USB and what's on your hard drive. It is, at the risk of going into a fucking rant, just do your research before you fucking buy it. I'm not gonna stop you from buying it. What I can urge you is don't be a fucking idiot. Don't just get it. It's like, oh, I like Sony, so I'm getting the Sony console. Or, oh, I like Xbox, so I'm getting the Xbox console. Bro, €500 is still €500. You're gonna be spending that much on a next-gen console. You might as well save up the extra 500 and get a PC.
I'm fine. It's my husband Rodrigo. He's been acting weird, and I just found out he's meeting this woman.
Well, listen, I'm not the best person to help with relationship problems.
It's not like that. I think she's involved with bad people. Rodrigo might be in real trouble. He's scared, but he won't tell me anything.
I can check it out. Any idea when he's meeting her next?
Tonight, by the detox center in Greenwich.
Okay. Don't worry, Carmen. I'll find out what's going on.
Honestly,
detox
if you're thinking...
not far.
If you're thinking, hey...
Rodrigo's picture. Let's see if I can find him.
If you're thinking, hey, I want to get a new console with some new games, honestly... It might not have as many new games as a PS5. If you still have a PS4 and you want to get a new console to try new things, get a fucking Switch. Get a Nintendo Switch. Because, like, honestly, I'm not normally a Nintendo guy, but they have been killing it recently. I mean, sure, yeah, they have the OLED, the OLED version of their console coming out, which, you know, honestly, all that's changing is the screen. All that's changing is maybe the frame rate, maybe the battery. But you can just get your basic bitch fucking Nintendo Switch. Get your basic bitch Nintendo Switch, and it is still a great console. I have been playing it non-stop through the lockdowns. I've been playing it quite a lot through my current, like, potential unemployment. So it's, that is the one that I would recommend.
He's really nervous. That woman doesn't seem like a girlfriend. I'll get a photo and see if Carmen recognizes her.
It has some really good Resident Evil games on it if you want to, like, play Resident Evil while taking a shit. That's the console for you, man.
Need to get it straight on. Just what I needed.
Looks good. Remember, tell anyone about this, and I leak the photo.
Also, the Borderlands games, I never really would have played those on other consoles, but I've been playing them with, you know, my friend Hayden. I mean, I played them with him, like, on SharePlay on PlayStation 4, but now we have, like,
I'm uploading a photo to you.
Like, the Trilogy collection on Switch. It doesn't include Borderlands 3, just putting it out there. That's not on Switch.
Sounds like she's blackmailing
but it is on PS4 if you still have a PS4. Play it on PS4 if you got one. Or like Xbox One if you were using that through that era of consoles. Generation, I should say. But,
I'm gonna see where she's taking the plans. I'll be in touch.
But yeah, like, honestly, if you want to play, like, some newish games, but like, let's say you're kind of going onto PlayStation and you're like, oh yeah, these indie games are great, but I don't get indie games on my PlayStation 4 because my PlayStation 4 was bought so I could get like games with like really cool graphics and shit. If you still want to play indie games, the best place to get that is literally on a Nintendo Switch. They are fucking great for doing indie games lately.
Nice clear image.
Because first of all, it's giving a lot of indie developers a platform to actually market their games, and a lot of the indie games play really well on Switch. The only thing that I really hate is, you know, the Joy-Con drift, but that's an issue with any console these days. The only console that I've never had Joy-Con drift on, or sorry, stick drift on, is my PS4.
How many people are in on this?
Never had stick drift on my PS4. Yeah, pretty much never, ever have I had stick drift on my PS4. Oh, he's getting the subway. Oh yeah, this fucking part. But
where's he getting off? Tapping into the train system should help me follow the train's path.
That's actually one thing that I would say. Don't get a Switch Lite, and here's why. You can't take the Joy-Cons off because it's like
Carmen, the blackmailer met some guy under the High Line. Sounded like he knew your husband. I'm sending you the photo.
That's Deshaun, Rodrigo's best friend from college. He went to prison years ago on a robbery charge.
Casino plans and a criminal record. Not a great combination. I need to find out who else is in on it.
If they're hitting the casino, they'll need at least a wheelman and a safecracker. I watch a lot of heist movies.
Sounds like it. I'll let you know what I find out.
But yeah, because the Switch Lite, I know it seems great on paper. You know, if you just want to play it portable, the battery's longer, it has more storage, all that sort of stuff. First of all, you can get a micro SD, and you can put a micro SD in your Switch Lite, and it'll have even more storage, and it'll be fuck-busted with storage. You know, it's, you know, bully for you. That thing will get stick drift, and you will not be able to replace it. You will not be able to replace it. Your warranty, I'm not sure if your warranty covers it or not. If your warranty covers it, go for it. I don't really care what you do. But what I would recommend is just get your basic bitch Switch, because you can already bring that outside. And get a spare charger. That's what I did. I bring my spare charger with me, and I leave the charger that came with the Switch at home. So then if I lose it, if I lose the fucking charger somewhere like a goddamn moron, which is, you know, admittedly likely, I'm not a particularly forgettable person, but I'm also just not the most, I mean, when it comes to possessions and shit, yeah, I can be pretty forgetful, otherwise, pretty much eidetic. But anyways, if I leave my fucking charger somewhere like an idiot, the charger that came with my Switch is at home. Chances are, if you're bringing your Switch with you, you're playing that on your fucking public transport commute, which is like, let's say for argument's sake, you're going to work fucking 2 hours away from your house. Your general Switch, your general Nintendo Switch will work for maybe, mine works for about 12 hours, consistently. And that's depending on brightness, that's depending on, like, how intense the game is that you're playing. It depends on if you're downloading something in the background using your mobile data, because you can connect your phone to it. I mean, you can't connect your phone to it, but you can connect, like, you know, using mobile data, you can use it as a hotspot to use Wi-Fi.
Now I just have to stop that car.
Generally speaking, you're probably going to be using it on public transport. Oh shit, sorry, didn't mean to do that. You're generally using it on public transport for maybe 2 hours tops. Maybe your commute is less than that, which is better for you again. You're just playing a couple, like, maybe 40 minutes of The Witcher, 40 minutes of, like, you're playing 40 minutes of, like, Resident Evil 4, Mario Odyssey, fucking, Devil May Cry 3, you're fucking, you're not necessarily, you're not, like, going to be playing it for very long, right? Or maybe if you're playing it in bed, not that I would really condone playing it in bed for long, because it can fuck with your sleep. which I'm not really one to give advice on. Kind of probably makes me just a little bit hypocritical. But anyways, if you're playing it in bed, you can charge it while you're in bed if you have a plug near your bed. There is pretty much no reason for you to get a Switch Lite when stick drift is a thing, because that's one thing. If you get stick drift on your regular Nintendo Switch, you can replace the Joy-Con, which I know it sounds shit, and it is shit. You shouldn't have to do that in 2021. It's shit. It is.
I love it when a plan
but
falls
you
apart.
can replace it, and Joy-Cons
Hey, Carmen,
are
your husband's pal and his team just had their
relatively
trip to beautiful
affordable, sort
Atlantic
of,
City
kind
canceled.
of.
Thank you. I spoke to Rodrigo. That blackmail photo shows him driving the night Deshawn committed the robbery. But Rodrigo didn't know about it. He was just picking up his friend.
I've got a contact on the force. She'll help Rodrigo, especially if he'll agree to testify about the blackmail.
He will. Or I'll show him he needs to be a lot more afraid of me than Deshawn. Thanks, Spider-Man.
Alright. But yeah, because Joy-Cons are relatively affordable for the most part. Okay, you can put up with the stick drift until you've saved up enough to get a new Joy-Con. New set of Joy-Cons, even. But when you have a Switch Lite, you're fucking stuck with it, man. If you get stick drift on that thing, you are stuck with it, and that's just something that you just have to live with. With your basic Switch, you can hook it up to the TV really fucking easily. Really easily. Painfully easily. Or rather painlessly easily. You can just hook it up to the TV, and then if you're like, yeah, I'm never going to use the docking station, keep it, because one of your friend's docking stations might break and they might be really upset over it, and you can be like, hey, I only ever use mine for public transport, or I play it in a cafe while I'm waiting for people to show up. I play it in a park when I'm waiting for people to show up. I don't use it on my TV. Then you can give them the docking station. It's easy as that.
And sometimes he's a menacing threat, but come on.
It's like, you can hang on to it, or you can actually sell it. You'll be surprised at the amount of people who would actually look for a docking station for it on eBay. You can make an easy 20 quid, which I know isn't a lot, but hey, it's 20 quid that you didn't have before, am I right? Get them to pay shipping, and you're golden. I'm actually not going to do the Howard one either. I don't really feel like collecting pigeons. What's this one? Yeah, this one's kind of fun.
Without also being a threat, and vice versa. And for those grammar Nazis among you who say I'm being redundant, it's called art. I'm a wordsmith. It's a rhetorical device. If you don't like it, I'll tell you where you can shove that device. Okay, my intern is telling me it's time for my pills. We will be right back.
But yeah, it's the Switch is a really good console overall. I currently have stick drift developing in my left Joy-Con, and I gotta say, it doesn't really bother me too much. The games that I play don't really have super sensitive controls, apart from maybe Headliner and Novi News. But honestly, it doesn't really bother me that much now. Like, a lot of people have stick drift way worse than I do. And to that I say, I'm really fucking sorry, man. That sounds like it really sucks. But the fact of the matter is, you can still use your regular Switch as just a portable device. If you're just playing that shit in a cafe, you can charge it while you're there. They have plugs for charging your phone. You can use that shit for charging your Switch. No one's gonna judge you. And if they do, that's a them problem. That's a problem for them and their therapist. That's between them and their fucking psychiatrist. That's not a you thing.
Spider-Man, I could really use your help. My roommate's been missing since the Halloween party.
Okay, got a name? Last known location?
His name's Carlos. I ran a facial recognition search across social media. Here, let me text you what I found.
Smart. What's your name?
Philip Chang.
Okay, Philip. I'll find Carlos. If you get info on anyone else who's missing, let me know. Okay, looks like I need to find the location in this picture. I see the Statue of Liberty, so it's gotta be way south of here. Not close to the university. Probably the financial district.
Yeah, I was right. You do get the ferry from Financial District to get to the statue. I'm gonna put the marker around. Yeah, so it's facing this way direction. So it's like a roof garden, like here-ish. I'm gonna pop a marker here.
Philip, I'm headed to where the picture was taken. How recent is it?
Timestamped half an hour ago.
Nice heuristics. You did that facial tracker on your own?
Yeah, it's my thesis project. I'm hoping it'll help me land a job.
If this works, you can count on me for a reference.
So yeah, if you're looking to scratch the itch of trying something
like a
new with
rooftop
a brand
lounge.
new console, the Switch, man, like wait for the PS5. If you've been saving up your hard-earned cash for a next-gen console, I'm really sorry, but the next-gen consoles that are currently out are not worth your money. They're really not. They have a whole bundle of problems. Okay, here, I'll put it this way, right? You can use the Xbox 360 Red Ring of Death excuse, and to that I'll say Microsoft did indeed fix those consoles for free. Like, it was a really awkward procedure. Being on the phone with UPS was a pain in the ass, and this is coming from personal experience. Being on the phone with UPS was indeed
in the shot.
a pain
This
in
has
the
to be
ass.
somewhere near the bottom of the island.
Sorry, I'm trying to multitask a little bit. Rooftop garden. Ugh. So if the statue looks... Okay, the statue was on his... it was kind of on his left, but... Actually, where's that gazebo? Oh my fuck, I actually know this location. Sorry, I got excited. I walked down the street. Yeah, I think that's in his shot. Or it's supposed to be. But, what was I saying? So yeah, just like the Red Ring of Death, that was its own bundle of problems, and Xbox did bring out a whole other like model later on. What I will say is, I have like an Xbox 360 Elite,
This would be
like
way south of ESU. Probably the financial district.
yeah, I'm in the financial district, buddy. But yeah, it's like how can I put this?
Looks like the spot over there.
Oh yeah, fire, shit. It's like the Red Ring, that was a problem. That technology was just being tested, and one thing that I will say, right? You can make the argument that the Red Ring of Death, whatever the fuck, or like the 3 red lights, the 1 red light. Actually, no, I won't count the 1 red light, because that normally just meant that you didn't plug your fucking console in right, because I'm guilty of that. But anywho, that
I better end this fast.
what the hell? Oh shit, there's more over this side. But here, I'll put it this way. The Xbox 360 was never 500 quid. It wasn't even 400 quid. I got mine for I think 200 quid. Granted, my own fault. I bought that shit pre-owned, right? And then I got the Red Ring.
That's the last of
I
them.
sent it off. I got it repaired. Actually, no. What happened was I got the Red Ring. I sent it back to GameStop, and I got a brand new one. And then that was fine. They let me keep the hard drive though, so that was pretty dope.
What happened? Everything was fine, and then so much anger. I couldn't think straight.
It's over now. Though I'd stay off the internet for a while.
Then what happened was a couple of years go by, right? And I got 3 fucking red lights. I think I was in maybe 2nd year. I was 14 at the time. And I had to send it off. First of all, thank fuck it was still in warranty. I sent it off, and I got it repaired. It was one of the most awkward experiences ever. It was the worst. It was the worst. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'll leave that story. The Xbox 360 was never 500 quid. If your fucking PlayStation 5, your brand fucking new PlayStation 5 that you paid an arm and a leg for, maybe you even bought it off a scalper because you want to get it for your partner or your kid as a Christmas present.
Getting emails from the rapidly shrinking yet still stubbornly obtuse contingent of Spider-Man fanboys and fangirls blithely and...
Another camera.
Let's say you got it for someone as a Christmas present. You spent, you that was like, you know, you really wanted to treat your buddy or your partner or your kid.
But you should know.
They were particularly fucking great that year purely because they had to deal with the lockdown tomfuckery, and by God, you wanted to get your kid that PlayStation 5. And it's fucking broken. It's not working. It's jamming. The connection issues. Or you got them a Series X or a Series S even, and you're like, oh, I've got to be connected to the internet the whole fucking time. Like, I'm sorry, it's just not worth the risk for like the fucking price, you know?
Meow. Why are you doing this, Felicia? You know I'm gonna catch you.
So yeah, it's like, you spent your hard-earned cash on that, only for it to, like, be... Actually, you know what's worse than it just breaking? Because if it breaks, the company can just say, oh yeah, my bad, man, technical problem, we'll replace it. Or repair it, whatever. Or you can just get your fucking refund, Cyberpunk, that shit. The worst, even worse than that, is that it's underwhelming. Now, the technology of a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox Series X, phenomenal. The Series X has a really cool feature where it has an AI that is constantly learning how to really refine visuals and stuff like that, frame rates, and you know, sharpening. I don't know if any of you guys are photographers or if you're like graphic designers, photo editors, but you probably use the sharpening tool quite a bit on GIMP, or like Photoshop or whatever substitute to Photoshop you use. Or hey, I'm not going to judge your life even if you're just using the Windows editing tool. I use those things a lot when I'm feeling lazy as fuck. So think of it like that, but when you hook it up to your computer just knows to sharpen it in the right places. Or you take, better again, you take the picture on your camera, and your camera just realizes, oh fuck, this is a little blurry, unintentionally blurry. Let's figure out what's intentionally blurry and what's not, and let's fine-tune this photograph. Think of it like that. Think of it like that, but it's a games console. It's very fucking cool, but the Series X also just has so many downsides. Because here's the thing. You could weigh up the pros and cons between the PS5 and an Xbox Series X, but before you do that, what I want you to do is I want you to weigh up the pros and cons between the Series X, the PS5, and the console you currently fucking own. Because if the console that you currently own is still in perfectly good working order, and you prefer that layout, you prefer that UI, just keep using that console. I swear to God, it's just not worth it right now. Now, this isn't me just like completely just shitting on consoles. I'm using a fucking console right now. I love my PS4. I really like my PS4. I was on pretty shitty terms with Sony when they were like really fucking over my network features that time. I mentioned it on my Resident Evil Village stream that time, I think it was. Regardless, I was streaming something on my PC, and I think the only one that I've streamed on PC currently to this day is Village. I think. Possibly. I tried to stream Knights of the Old Republic, but that didn't go too well. But anyways. Yeah, I was on pretty shitty terms with, like, the network features, but guess what? I mostly play single-player, motherfucker. I was mostly fine when I was just playing single-player games. My only issue was I couldn't download the patches, which was shit. But that's just the thing about, like, you know, like my PS4, really like it. I wouldn't be playing this game right now if I didn't enjoy playing on my PS4. Love my PS4. And that is exactly why I'm not going to get a PS5 just yet. It's why I'm not going to get a PS5. Actually, you know what? I would sooner get a PlayStation 4 Pro to see what The Last of Us 2 is intended to look like and what this game was intended to look like with PS4 Pro features than get a PS5 currently. That is where I'm at right now. Not that I could get a PS5 if I wanted to, because Smith's is still sold out, and they're pretty much the only place I get my gamer gear from currently, apart from, like, directly from the manufacturer, because fuck Amazon. But that's its own problem. But yeah, it's... it's not a good
camera.
moment in
like
time
Black Cat, all
currently
right.
to get a next-gen console.
Oh, poor Spider. I know
Now,
I disappointed you when
your
I
next-gen
couldn't be
console
straight,
is going to be your first gaming console since, like, your
There it
PlayStation
is.
2 or some shit, sure, by all means,
they
get your
sell rare
upgrade.
wine here.
I'm not going to judge you,
She's
but what I
branching
would
out.
urge you to do
Gotta try and get
is,
ahead of her.
A, get a Switch, it's cheaper and more fun, or B, save up for a gaming laptop if you're not going to build a PC. Third option, option C. It's a very fun but difficult option currently if you're in a country that's still struggling heavily with the pandemic, or like restrictions are really, really, really tight, or you're not in a position to like get fully vaccinated or whatever currently. If you're just like not in a position right now and you can't get this option, then yeah, get a laptop. But the option C is look up some walkthroughs, get a friend to help you build your gaming PC. Now, I haven't done this, so you don't have to take my advice on this one. Hell, you don't have to take my advice in general. I don't know your life, you don't know mine. But I think, because I actually do, I would want to do this if I had the space for a PC. If I had the space for a desktop, I would absolutely love to get a couple of friends together and build my own goddamn PC. I would love to do that. Genuinely. Because like, I love to build things. Even if I suck at it sometimes, I love to build things. One of my favorite things to do when I'm making my miniatures is the building process, unless it's Games Workshop, because sometimes that could just get a little bit overboard. Airfix models, they are my shit. I love assembling Airfix models. Fucking Lego. I haven't used Lego since I was maybe 12, but goddammit, I love Lego. Lego is fucking awesome. Okay, actually, you know what was awesome? Remember Bionicle? Bionicle was fucking cool. I wonder, can someone tell me, is Bionicle still going? Is that still a thing? Because Bionicle was fucking cool. But yeah, I just love building things. I mean, I wouldn't be a cosplayer if I didn't love building things. I love making props. I love making props and costumes for my movies. Putting things together is really fun for me. Equally fun, I love taking things apart, learning how they work, and then putting them back together. That is my idea of fun. Except sometimes I can't put them back together because I'm a fucking idiot. But let's just skim past that for a second. So one thing that I would actually I'm going to turn Jameson off. Like, he is funny, but it's starting to annoy me a little bit. Now, how do I turn JJJ off? Let's see here. Is it in the news feed? Social feed. Can I turn off J. Jonah Jameson's fucking thing from here? I hope I can. That'd be cool. Okay, these are the archives, but can I know there is an option to turn it off. I just don't I don't know how. I don't know how.
Body shop.
Is it in my options? In my settings? Wouldn't be on accessibility. Fuck it, I'll just put up with
That
it.
shop is a front for a drug lord called Tombstone, and he and Spider-Man have decided to have a power struggle at that precise moment. Sir, tell us the rest.
I start to go in and I see Spider-Man fighting this...
These cameras aren't cheap. If Felicia's really strapped, why is she leaving them lying around?
I love
yeah,
when you chase me, Spider. Someday I might even let you catch me. Just not today.
I would genuinely love to put a PC together. I don't know many people who know how to do that. I genuinely don't know that many super tech savvy people. But frankly, I don't care. I'd love to just like get a walkthrough up on my fucking phone or my laptop and just like follow it step by step and just Oh, there it is.
Black Cat does enjoy playing games with people. Especially me.
But yeah, I would just love to like get a walkthrough up and get the right tools and shit, get a checklist together, and just put together a fucking tasty desktop. Maybe that's what I'll do when I eventually kind of have my own place and my own sort of space to kind of do that. Although that's kind of banking on the housing market improving in the next fucking year or two, which it probably won't. Because I would hate to be renting somewhere, getting a fucking desktop set up, then landlord sells up, then I get evicted, and then I have to find somewhere to put my goddamn desktop. You know, it's its own problem. Plus, there's also, you know, my mom's health issues, so I kind of have to stay here to some degree. I would like to have my own space, but unfortunately that's not viable. Fuck the housing market, man. It shouldn't be that expensive to own a house. I would love to own a house. That'd be fucking cool. Just have my own space. Here, Sean, any chance of like building a house on your land that I could just, you know, veg on? That'd be class. I'm just kidding. Unless you're offering. But yeah. That is definitely in the cards. I want to build a PC. Actually, you know what? I would want... any of my friends out there want to build a PC? I have no fucking clue how to build one. I will help you build one. Even if I have to wear a fucking cheerleader's outfit in the fucking corner and just cheer you on while you make the PC, I will fucking do it.
Has she heard of dating apps? She's up to something.
I will do it for morale and morale alone. I will fucking do it.
Meow. That's Ty Stone's place, and it's full of priceless art. You're playing with fire, Felicia, but I guess that's how you roll.
Okay, I'm actually going to leave it there. In fact, next time you see this game, I'm actually just going to go straight into the DLC because, frankly, I've kind of done everything. Kind of just use this as an excuse to shit talk for the most part. I'll probably stream again tomorrow night, or I might even change things up a bit and start doing this midday. I know, scandalous, right? But yeah, it's not an if, it's a when. I will be streaming tomorrow. I will be streaming this tomorrow. I will be doing the DLC, or at least I'll be starting it. Because again, like I said, I didn't have too much fun with the story DLC. I don't know, I haven't played it in a while, so maybe some fresh eyes on the matter might help, I guess. There were things I liked about it, and there's things that I didn't like about it, but I've kind of covered that the last time I played this, and even just like throughout playing this part in general. Yeah, there's no point kind of going into it right now, but I will be playing it tomorrow, and if it's an issue of I am not having fun with it, there are plenty of other playthroughs online. If you get impatient, I won't be fucking offended if you go off and like, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna go watch Jacksepticeye play this because he's already done it. Yeah, go off. Don't really mind. Fucking you do you, man. Fucking live your life. So yeah, if I end up putting it down and I don't go back to it, I will make that illicitly clear at the end of tomorrow's stream. And the next time you will see me playing Spider-Man, I will be playing the Miles Morales game this December for Christmas. Actually, that's kind of something that I do want to do. Themed sort of streams. One thing that I will be playing is Life is Strange True Colors. That's going to be coming out real soon. Sometime in September. I think it's like... I think it's the 22nd. Fuck, I can't remember. I'll update you guys in the next stream tomorrow. But the new Life is Strange game, I will be playing that. In fact, I will actually be playing all of them on stream, or at least all of like the Arcadia Bay themed ones. Because frankly, it's not that I don't like the second game. I love Life is Strange 2. But I'm gonna be honest with you, it really hit me in the feels, and I'm really not ready to go back to it, and I'm kind of not ready to cry on stream, honestly. It's not even a thing of like, it's not that I'm afraid to express my emotions or whatever. Like, if something moves me on stream, I will cry my fucking eyes out, no cap. I'm just not in the mood to. You get me? It's a different kind of energy that I'm really not prepared to go through currently by playing that game. It's amazing though. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend it. It's a beautiful game, both visually and the story is just amazing. But yeah, I intended on playing Life is Strange last Halloween, but like I said, I got burned out and I ended up playing this because, I don't know, it's comfort. So yeah, Life is Strange 1. Actually, you know what? I'm going to be ballsy. I'm going to go prequel first. I'm going to start with Before the Storm. I'm going to play the first game. I'm going to play True Colors, because I think that's a prequel to Life is Strange 2, sort of, or it's like set in that sort of timeline. And then, if I have grown a pair sufficiently by the time I finish True Colors, I will play Life is Strange 2. I will probably cry. I will probably cry. The game, even though the dialogue is super cheesy and a little bit cringy sometimes, those games find new ways to move me every time I play them. And this time will be no different. So yeah. Be prepared for grown man to cry on stream when playing Life is Strange 2. Or maybe I'll hold it together. Who knows? True Colors might actually make me fucking cry, honestly. I know nothing about the game. I know it was announced. I've seen the announcement trailer. I haven't seen anything else to do with it. Looking forward to it, though. It looks hype. It looks really, really good. The art style and art direction for those games, beautiful. I can't wait to play True Colors. And actually, there's a remaster of 1 and 2. Oh wait, no, Before the Storm and Life is Strange 1 as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play like Before the Storm, Life is Strange 1, True Colors. Then when the remasters come out, I think they're coming out, I think they've been postponed until the new year. I've already pre-ordered them. I have bought them. They're on my Steam, taunting me. But then I'm going to play the remasters. Except when I'm playing the remasters, I will be doing a comparison between the first game and the remastered. Also, just to kind of spice things up a little bit, when I'm playing the remasters, I'm going to make drastically different choices. And I'm going to do, without spoiling anything, ending A in the first game and ending B. That is all I'm going to say. And, yeah, just beautiful fucking games. Beautiful, beautiful games. And again, I'm going to be playing Life is Strange 1 in particular in the lead up to Halloween because it is set like a couple of days before Halloween. There's Halloween decorations up everywhere. So yeah, fuck it. That's like my Halloween stream this year. I know I'd normally like play some Resident Evil or something like that, but I mean, it's kind of hard to play these games kind of on a continuous basis, and I don't want to just be a Resident Evil channel. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm resigned to the fact that this is basically a Resident Evil channel with the occasional Spider-Man or Batman stuff kind of like sprinkled in, but ultimately, yeah, this is basically a Resident Evil channel at this stage when it comes to gaming. When I'm not podcasting, this is basically a Resident Evil channel, and I'm not afraid to admit that. I'm totally okay with that. Resident Evil's fucking awesome. I'm not very good at the first game. I love the first game. I might stream it. I just might not do it for Halloween. I tend to play that game a lot around spring, so I might play that in the new year. I might play it in like February and stream that. Because I do have it on PlayStation, I have it on PC as well, but it plays it's not that it plays like ass on a PC, it just plays better on PS4, so you can expect that eventually. But yeah, my Halloween streams this year will be the Life is Strange games and Dead Space. I will definitely be streaming Dead Space. If my PC, if my laptop supports streaming Dead Space, I will be streaming Dead Space. Okay, so before I bore you guys to death and actually put you to sleep, I'm going to end the stream here. If you're in my time zone, good night / good morning, I guess, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow / later today, really, because it's like nearly 2:30. Alrighty, peace out.